heart disease, all kinds of stuff. Those are the people, that's a symptom that you're afraid that you're going to be sick. Okay, the second symptom is hypochondria, the habit of talking about illness, concentrating the mind upon this disease, and expecting its appearance until a nervous break occurs. Because you sitting there focusing on the disease, expecting the disease to happen, guess what? It happens. The condition that you're sitting there focusing on, that you're having negative thinking about, it actually brings on the onset of that disease. It caused a nervous breakout. That's a hypochondriac. The third symptom that you are fearing ill health is indolence. Fear of ill health often interferes with proper physical exercise and results in overweight by causing one to avoid outdoor life. So if you're scared of getting sick, scared of being around people, scared of going outside, scared of touching people, and you stay inside the house, now you're not exercising, that's a symptom that you fear sickness. The fourth symptom is susceptibility. Fear of ill health breaks down nature's body's resistance and creates a favorable condition for any form of disease one may contact. The fear of ill health is often related to the fear of poverty, especially in the case of the hypochondriac, who constantly worries about the possibility of having to pay doctor's bills, hospital bills, etc. This type of person spends much time preparing for sickness. Did you hear that? Preparing for sickness, talking about death, saving money for cemetery lots and burial expenses. Who does that? There are people that do that, folks. Why would you live life? Now, you're not even living. Why would you go through life preparing for death? Why would you do that? And I'm going to say this. I was that type of person. I wasn't preparing for death, like lining up my funeral and saying who needs to speak and saying I want to be buried here. I want to have on this type of dress and put the microphone in the casket with me because I love to be on the microphone. I didn't do that. I didn't go to that extreme. But I thought about death and I thought about illness. What if I get sick, man? What if I die? My kids got to take care of me. And, guys, I got to tell you, when you are living like that, fear of getting sick, fear of how I don't want to go to the doctor because I don't have the bills to pay. I don't want to get sick. I can't go outside and interact with people because I don't want to get sick. I don't want to touch doorknobs. When you're living like that, guys, you're not living. You're sitting there focusing upon getting sick, and that's all that's going to happen. You're going to bring the condition on yourself. Why? Because you are stressing, you are worrying, you are focusing on it, and you're going to bring the condition into existence. Once again, I told you the beauty of it is we have control over our minds. So all we got to do is control our minds. We don't have to sit there and focus on sickness or focus on dying or focus on anything that's fearful. The fifth symptom that you fear sickness is self-coddling. Now, that's the habit of making a bid for sympathy. Oh, my goodness. Using imaginary illness as the lure to trick people, to often get off from work, to cover up laziness, or to serve as an alibi for lack of ambition. The sixth symptom is intemperance. Now, that's the habit of using alcohol or narcotics to destroy pain such as headaches or neuralgia instead of just eliminating the cause of that pain. And the seventh symptom that you fear sickness is worry. Now, that's the habit of reading about illness. Now, you know, guys, I love the internet, right? And it's like nowadays somebody get a bump on their tongue, somebody get a little bump on their thigh. Oh, my God, let me go to the internet. I'm about to die. I'm sick. Oh, I'm going to die. I'm sick. You know, and I love the internet, but the internet, man, you can say I woke up 1 hour late, and there's a disease for that. So be careful, because the seventh symptom that you fear sickness, fear ill health, is the habit of reading about illness and worrying over the possibility of being stricken by it. It is also, the habit of reading about different medicine advertisements, finding out what's going on, what's the latest medicine out there that can cure this and cure that. So be careful what you read, guys. Be careful what you feed your mind. While the internet, I love it dearly. It is a great vehicle for knowledge and wisdom and to start businesses. You have to be careful, because when you're focused on sickness or you're afraid of sickness, you're afraid of dying, and you go out there and you start looking for stuff, 9 times out of 10, you're going to attract that negative stuff that you're focusing on. Remember, the mind is powerful, man. It can either build or destroy. I wanted to read a quote from a gentleman, and I seem to have misplaced it, but here it is. Elbert Hubbard said, "It has always been a mystery to me why people spend so much time deliberately fooling themselves by creating alibis to cover their weaknesses. If used differently, the same time would be sufficient to cure the weakness. Then no alibis would be needed." So if we use the time, which is basically focusing our thoughts, controlling our mind, if we control our mind and utilize our time to focus on how we can cure our weaknesses, how we can fix the problem, how we can better our businesses, how we can better our marriages, how we can better our relationships with friends and family, how we can better our health, then we could fix the problem instead of trying to cover up laziness and make alibis or excuses as to why things are the way they are. So, guys, today we have covered the fear of sickness. And actually today I'm going to do something a little different. And hopefully I got a lot of you on the call, so hopefully you guys won't be timid. I'm actually going to open the call up for a couple minutes and take on some comments or some questions. If the call has been helpful to you, feel free to comment or if you got a question, ask your question. I'm going to ask you to keep it to about a minute, but I'm going to open up the call. And before I do that, I want to say if you want to get the calls on fear of poverty and fear of criticism, just head over to sueham.com, SUEHAM.com. And always on each call, I'm asking you guys to please invite 15 to 20 other people on the call. We do this call every Wednesday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we talk about motivation. We talk about business. I am a huge person who believes that we need to start businesses. And so I push that. And I think a way to push that is to help people grow out of their fears, manage their fears, or either eliminate fears. So, guys, make sure you head over to sueham.com. Join me on Facebook. And you can join me on Facebook by going to sueham.com. Now, I'm going to open up the call, take on some questions or some comments. Anything you guys want to say. I'm going to ask you to limit it to about 60 minutes. That's 1 minute, guys, because I know some of us can be long-winded. If you want to make a comment or ask, you have to do is hit *6.
Hello.
Just hit. Okay. Hey, how are you doing? What's your name and where you from? Okay, any questions, guys? Okay, I'm not showing anybody that's popping up. If you want to ask a question, actually hit *5. *5. You can hit *5, and that will unmute you, and you can ask a question or you can make a comment. So I know some people are a little afraid, a little timid, but I'm talking. But if you want to jump in, just go ahead right now. We got quite a few people on the call, and if not, we're going to go ahead and end the call. So going once. Twice, going 3 times. All right, well, guys, like I said, please remember to join us again next Wednesday, same bat time, which is 9 a.m. on Wednesdays for our midweek motivational empowerment and business call. My name is Sulondia Hammond, affectionately known as Sue Ham Baby, and I want to thank each and every one of you for joining me, and I want to encourage you to always remember to live, love, learn, and laugh. Don't quit. Follow your dreams to success, and I am loving you to life.